is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look at USD CAD. Like I was saying, we called out a trade on there the other day, and we got some pretty good profits on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover that. And if anybody has any questions, just let me know. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up. 1 second. All right. Okay. So yeah, so we're looking at USD CAD. So what's funny is I was actually in the airport whenever I called this trade out, and I sent it into the Discord, and I literally only had like 4 to 5 minutes to analyze it before my computer died. So it was still a beautiful trade. We got a beautiful entry on it, and we were able to make money overnight while we were sleeping. And everyone that was in the Discord, that pays attention to it, if you guys took the trade too, you guys also profited from it. So what we're going to be doing right now is we're just going to be covering that trade and explaining why we took it, why it was a profitable entry, and how you guys can find similar entries for yourself. Um, Let me get off Wi-Fi on everything so I'm not doing, so I'm not lagging. So we'll close this off for now. Okay. So let me go to a bigger time frame. Okay, so what we're looking at here is USD CAD. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so what we're looking at here, guys, is USD CAD. Okay, so this is a pair that I like to trade pretty often, right? I traded a lot with Euro USD. Those are probably the most traded pairs that I actually use. And I called 2 trades out on this one this week. So over here, as you guys can see, we had a sell opportunity. It didn't go all the way down to where we wanted it to. We were aiming for around 80 pips. And what ended up happening is we actually ended up getting stopped out, but we already had our take profits and our stop losses moving. So we made probably around like 20, 30 pips, and then we got stopped out, but we had a trailing stop loss, so it wasn't, any actual loss. It was just we got stopped out of the trade. And then it reversed back to this area of interest, and then it made its move back down there. So I had the original analysis correct. It was just still, it just needed to go back and retrace one more time before it made that big move. So what we ended up doing here, though, is whenever I was at the airport, we were right around here. I had just seen this doji candle forming, and we're on the 1 hour, so that's where I was analyzing the trade. So on the 1 hour, you're able to see that we had this doji candle here, and then also we had a double bottom pattern forming. So both of those are indicators that the market is about to go back up, right? And that we can go in for buy opportunities, go in for longs, and make a decent amount of pips, right? So whenever I got in initially, I thought the market was just going to continue going up, but it actually made a third bottom and it formed a triple bottom pattern, right? And what that means is another indication that the market is about to go back up. So we got in for this trade at 1.35455, right? And we ended up putting a 65 pip take profit and a 25 pip stop loss, right? So we ended up hitting that overnight, and very actually minimal drawdown, right? It went down a little bit here, as you can see, but then after that, it went straight towards our profit area. And that reason why I had that as a profit area is because it was a similar area of interest. It was support here in the past, and now I just figured, since the market was there before, it was going to work its way back up there to that point, right? There's actually no reason, to overcomplicate anything. I trade very simply, right? Literally, I was just at the airport. I opened up my computer. I saw that we had this doji candle forming, right? And I actually got in like on this candle right here, this blue candle. And I saw that, the market was starting to push back up. So I just went in for the trade. I didn't do anything sort of crazy for risk. And I just followed the trading plan, right? I had that as my indications. And then as well at that time, we were seeing divergence, right, on our RSI, right? We had divergence forming. Excuse me. Let me turn this off. right? We had divergence on the stochastic and we had divergence on the RSI, right? So those are other indications that the market is about to push back up too. So using that in consideration with the triple bottom, in consideration with the doji candles, right? At that time, USD was stronger as well on the currency strength meter, and there wasn't any news at that current moment, right? So we had that was over 4 to 5, confirmations to take that trade, and we took the trade. I sent it out into the Discord, and ended up hitting take profit overnight. And then on top of that too, this was going against us. I think, right? We were trading right here at the middle Bollinger Band area, which not the middle Bollinger Band, the middle or the yellow EMA line. That's usually not recommended, and I say that in the program that you shouldn't trade next to the EMA line. But I had a bunch of other confirmations going for me, so I chose to still take the trade. But like I said, I used minimum risk. That way, I wasn't putting my money in jeopardy, and I wasn't gonna be freaking out the entire time when I was on the plane. Um, so yeah, it was a pretty simple entry. Like I said, we had our market conditions showing us, with our market structure pattern. We had candlestick patterns showing us. There was buying pressure in the market, and we had divergence on our oscillators as well. And just in tying that within to just basic support and resistance, basic supply and demand. As you can see here, we were bouncing off of a 250 level. I'll scoot this over a little bit more, or I'll scooch myself over so you guys can see. Right over here, we were at a around a 250 area, right? You can see we're at 250, 275 over here at the whole numbers. So that was another just additional confirmation that the market was wanting to push up from there. Right. So yeah, the trade I took on USD CAD, it was a pretty simple setup. Like I said, just market structure pattern. We had a double bottom forming, then the triple bottom. We had those doji candles forming the spinning tops, whatever you guys want to call it. And as well, we had divergence on our RSI and our stochastic. Pretty simple area, of area of interest here for our target area. Um, so yeah, pretty simple trade overall. So now pretty much what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna make myself bigger, and then I'm gonna analyze trades for myself. See if I can find anything. I wouldn't take USD CAD right now though, just because it's consolidating in a weird way, so I wouldn't want to look at that. Though we can look at Euro US. Euro US has been surging on the hour. Yeah, here's a trade I stopped out on. That one I lost. There was a fake out right here. Yeah, I had a fib level marked on the 4 hour. I think it was. Maybe it was the daily. No, what those were. Yeah, so there had to have been news on this pair. So we'll go ahead and look at Forex Factory. Yeah, so US had news. JPY, it's a bank holiday. Let's check currency strength. Euro US. We had an ascending triangle forming there, it seems like, which I believe is bearish, but let's go confirm. An ascending triangle is bullish. So we had 1, 2, 5, 1, 2. There's not enough confirmations for buys. I mean, for sells yet, so we're maybe looking for buys. Let's see. Yeah, we're still in a heavy area of interest. The market hasn't been wanting to break through this zone for a while now. So I don't know if it's ready to start here. Yeah, so the pair right now is Euro US. Every time it's came up to this zone, it would go down and sells were valid. But as of right now, there's a lot of momentum. Our stochastic isn't ready to come down. We've been surging this whole time. So let's see what the 15 minute says. 15-minute is giving us a bearish reversal. We've been getting divergence on the 15. Probably needs to come down to the EMA to reload a bit. Yeah, so it seems like a pretty decent setup for sells. I'll probably take it for a low risk. On binary, it might be good too. We can go ahead and check that out. Let me go here first. Yeah, so hit that top Bollinger Band, right? And we got that doji right there too. So this is Euro US. That pair gives me the best spreads too. 5 minutes going down. It's about to be 9:30. Maybe that can be the reversal that we need here. Yeah, the RSI is just not wanting to go down yet. Yeah, so I think we're gonna go in for sells on that. Even though on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, it still looks like it might want to push up. Um, it is a heavy area of resistance that it hasn't been able to break through yet. We're getting our check mark, and I think it should be able to need to come down to that EMA line, or it should need to come back down to the EMA line. So if we were to get here, I'd put the target around this zone maybe, and that's pushing it. And which is around, that's 140 pips. That's a lot, and I'm not wanting to risk too much, so I'll just put my stop loss above the recent high, right? So right above here, so around 34 pips, and that'll still make it a 4-to-1 ratio. Honestly, I'll probably lower this too. I'll put it at 30 pips. So almost a 5-to-1 risk reward ratio for this trade. It might take a little. It might need to wait overnight. It might need to go back up a little bit. I'm gonna monitor this one and maybe get in on some additional entries. So I'm just gonna have to wait and see on that one though. But it seems just like following the same setup, right? But like I said, there is a lot of momentum going against this trade here. So we're just gonna kind of have to wait and see on that one. Right now, Euro is stronger. We can refresh and see. Hey, what's good, bro? What's good, Bless? Yeah, not too many people on tonight, bro, but it's good to have you on here, man. I just went over a trade that we took the other day. Um, that was in profit, but so now I'm looking to take a trade for tonight. But I hope you've been good, bro. I hope you've been good. So what I would wait for though is where's it? I'd wait for like a little bit of an additional confirmation. I'd probably wait for it to either retest here, bounce up a little bit and confirm that we are going down. Or I would wait for it to close above, right? Close above this zone here and actually have a solid candle. That is showing that there's bullish momentum breaking out, right? So then I'd wait for the retest and then I would go in for longs, right? So if we did break out to the upside, I'm gonna close the short position and then I'm gonna go in for a buy and then have similar profit targets, right? I'd have profit target up to this zone that I already have marked up here, right? And then stop loss would be right below the support area. So same thing around a 3-to-1 ratio. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. We're both gonna be big, man. We both got to be, bro. But yeah, no, yeah, dude. I trade pretty simply, bro. I just use the indicators that I use, bro. I very rarely try to rely on them. I usually just use them as an additional area, as an additional confirmation. But yeah, I really just trade based off market structure. Usually I don't go against momentum, but I've won 4 trades in a row on this specific pair on this same exact setup virtually at this resistance area. So, like I said, though, I'm just going to wait for it for an additional confirmation to see if it does break. Then I'll get in for a buy entry. I don't be doing like crazy long trades though, dude. I'm only usually in them for I usually only try to go for 30 to 50 pips at a time. I don't go for like hundreds and hundreds of pips or anything like that. Kind of like a scalper, intraday kind of guy. But yeah, no, I traded with the MACD once, but I never got good with it, so I never continued using it. Right now I use RSI, stochastic, and this is like a mix of Bollinger Bands and an EMA line. And the EMA I have it set to a 200, so that just kind of shows me, the market momentum. So, but the reason why I'm going for a sell though is because the EMA acts like a magnet a lot of times too, and eventually it's gonna want to retrace back to it. Literally just kind of like right here, right? The market was in an uptrend for a while, right, and then it just came right down here to the EMA line, and then it continued going up again. Yeah, so this is similar to options. Yeah, And that's how I feel about it, bro. You know, analyzing markets. Once you learn how to trade virtually, you can trade any market. But you know, you just have to get into trading that specific kind of industry. You know, I've never done futures or anything like that. I definitely do want to though. Right now, it's just forex is simple to me. You know, makes sense. And I just haven't taken the time to learn the futures yet. Though I don't even know where to learn futures though. So that's kind of why I haven't dabbled too much into it. I know you can do it on like Webull and stuff though, and I have Webull already. I just haven't funded up an account with it, to actually trade. Yeah, and then pivot points are good too. I've been trying to get more into like smart money concepts, trading like how the banks do, like everyone's talking about like the ICT guy and stuff. So I've been watching some of his content. And it seems good. I feel like it's just kind of like a gassed up way of talking about, support or resistance or supply and demand. Um, so I'm not, letting that, influence me changing my entire strategy and stuff. It's been working for me for a while. Um, so maybe one day I'll open up a new account, just to trade that specific strategy. But it seems relatively the same thing. It's just using different words and fancier, jargon or whatever. Um, and it overcomplicates trading. It makes people think that there's like a higher threshold that you need to be at in order to actually, understand how it is. But so yeah. So I this trade might, like I said, it might push up, right? It might consolidate a bit more or whatever. So I only took a light entry on that one though. So like I said, if it shows that we're breaking out and we get that retest and we're continuing, then I'm gonna switch to entries for buys. It's not gonna be as big of a trade, but let me see. I think how far is this from here? So if we got in there, it's still 100 pips. So that's still more than enough. Yeah, bro, exactly. Yeah, keep it simple, bro. Trend is your friend. Trend is your friend. Usually I don't go against it, but like it's like as of points right now we're at a major resistance, so it's kind of I don't want to miss the trade, so I'll take it, and then if it retests or whatever, if I lose it, I'm not risking too much. But there has been a lot of momentum here, though, so I feel like it just needs to kind of reset itself and then maybe continue back up. But I'm thinking maybe at least minimum, once it's finishing consolidating, we can come back to this trend line and still catch, a good 20, 30 pips. And I'm just going to do partials, take partial profits along the way. Um, that way, I'm still making some money. And then if it does reverse on me, I already got profits. But But yeah, nah, bro. So I just been doing my thing, man. I just been trying to focus on branding, growing the company, and just getting better as a trader and just providing more value for everything. I still want to bring other people in as educators and stuff. The whole reason why I never did though was literally I just didn't want to bring you guys into it, and then when we relaunched the company, me just like mess up, or and not go the way that it was supposed to be going, and then I lead you guys in the wrong direction. So I'm just solidifying everything, with our emails, with the platforms that we're using, because we were starting off on Twitch, and now we're on YouTube, so it's kind of we're wanting to make sure everything's running smoothly, and then when everything is running smoothly, then we can start bringing in more people. And I wouldn't want you to be running calls and no people are on. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's 20 people, sometimes, there's a little more, sometimes there's 10, so it always bounces back and forth. So once we start getting, a solid number, and because we took like 6 months off, from running live streams, so we're working on getting that back moving, and getting more eyes, and more value, people actually attending the calls and everything. And once we have that happening, then we'll be able to bring you guys into it, or you specifically too, for stocks and everything. Um, that way you can actually, grow and make money with us too, instead of you just running the calls, and doing it by yourself, So that's why we held off on that, bro. But I'm happy to have you on here still, man. And it's good to see you. I've been seeing you balling out, bro. I've been seeing you trading, making money across the world, bro. So it's good to see someone else doing good. Yeah, I think it'll go down too. We had a good uh let me zoom in. We had these doji candles forming here which is a good sign that it's going to be reversing. It just might need a little bit, there's still some buyers in the market, they're still trying to get some liquidity maybe, and then it'll make its move. It might be trying to, stop hunt some people. That straight trend though, so it might, consolidate or push up even maybe. What's the next major zone? If we're at 750 here. Yeah, it might push back up to right around here where I have my stop loss 110. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. Obviously, it's not gonna play out right now, um, but maybe in the next few hours, overnight, you know. And again, I'm not. We probably won't even get. I'll probably change take profit to maybe down here. You can see that there's some good liquidity there, a demand area, and then I'll probably take profit periodically every 25 pips or so. So I'll take one here at that first white line. I'll take one here at trend. I'll take another position, or I'll close a little bit more of it here, and I'm gonna let the rest run. So you draw a trend. Wait for it to break that. Yeah, I see that too. Wait for it to break that, retest it. Something like that. Retest doesn't always happen, but I like to wait for it occasionally. So I do. I can see that happening too. This is a channel we're in, also. So it needs to break out of that channel too for additional stuff. So I see that. And then if it retests off of that, if it breaks above it and it retests, that'll be retesting same thing on this trend line too. So that might be what happens instead. So it could break out. Could break out. Yeah, 15 minutes always good. I always start off analyzing on. I usually don't go above like an hour unless I think I'm gonna be in it for a decent minute. Um, but something too I did notice also. So this might also confirm buys too. Is I usually don't like to trade market patterns, but when I see them, it's kind of obvious. You got to be aware of them. This could be an ascending triangle, right? You had one, two, three, four. You get the breakout, right? Same thing, retest, and then continuation. So it could be that. I had that marked up for a while now, so I've been watching that. So that could be the breakout. So I'll wait and see though. I'm just gonna monitor the position. Yeah, you start. I don't like that's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know how you trade stocks though. I don't know, like which time frame matters the most. I would assume that it's virtually similar, but I'm just not, 1,000% sure. True. Yeah, bro. I've been seeing you making a bag with that. Making a bag with that. I think it could. It probably is a little more lucrative, also. Cause I'm pretty sure it's still leverage trading, so I'm sure you can make money less. Um, let's see what else. I'll wait on that pair for now. Let's see what USD CAD is doing. CAD had no currency strength at the time. Yeah, so that's still ranging there. I'm gonna avoid that for now. JPY had a holiday today, so that's no bueno. That came all the way back down to that demand area. Let's see. Strong fib. Yeah, forex is leverage, bro. The broker, it depends on the broker that you're using. The highest that the U.S. lets you go is 50 to 1. Um, and then unregulated brokers, I've heard that they can go up to 1,000 to 1, but the highest I've seen is 500. Usually on average, it's like 100 to 250 for an unregulated broker. And if you're getting funded to most funded brokers, um, are 100 to 1. Also, I'm pretty sure the one I have is 100 to 1. Yeah, so now you can, bro. You can open up a forex account with the broker that I use. You can open up an account with 250 bucks, and then you can control a little over 5,000 worth of margin. Um, so yeah, forex. That's why forex is really good. Same thing with binary options. You can start binary trading, with like literally the lowest broker that we use is 20 bucks. So you can get started trading forex for 250. Some brokers let you do it for 50 or 100. And then binary options, the minimum is 50 bucks or 20 bucks, depending on the broker that you're using. But other ones, that are more, popular, they have, like a minimum deposit of, 500, 1,000, stuff like that. But with regular forex though, you can get in the U.S. 50 to 1 leverage, and you can open an account with 250 bucks, and it be regulated and protected pretty much. Because the thing with unregulated brokers, they're not protected, and if you lose your money, or the broker doesn't want to pay you, they don't have to pay you. So I have accounts with different ones, but primarily I use my funded account, which is Leveled Up Society, or I use IG.us, which it's a US one. They have an app for it, so you can just download the app, and then they have a demo account too, bro. So you can start trading with a demo account, and get that set up too. That way, you can start, practicing, profiting, and then when you're ready, put in real money. Yeah, that's why a lot of students start off with that. They don't need a lot of money. A lot of them don't have, a good amount of funds to start out with. So they can start out trading, with a couple $100. And then turn that into, double it, triple it, in a month or two. What sucks though is with the broker that I use using IG, um, uh, the margin requirements are somewhat different. Some of them, like for some of the pairs, it's like 2% you need. For some of them, it's 5%, and the leverage is different, right? So for like these pairs, oh, let me move my camera. Right, so for these pairs here, I have 50 to 1 leverage, and the margin requirements for Euro USD is less than 1%. So, but for CAD JPY, the margin requirement is 5%. So I try to trade those pairs in order, that way I can, make the most money with it. But and then these pairs are 33 to 1 leverage. So I still have good leverage, but it's just less than what's normal. So if somebody opens up an account with 500 to 1, and they take the same trade as me, I might only make 100 bucks, and they'll make 500 or 1,000. So, but that's how it is. Since I'm teaching, I try and teach the most safe and practical way, and not put anybody's money at risk. So I use regulated brokers primarily. Just that way I'm practicing what I preach and stuff. You can still grow an account with less leverage, and your money can still be safe. You can learn the ranges on pairs. Yeah, no, bro. I teach all that stuff in the actual course in the program too. Um, so we can talk about maybe you teaching me, I teach you, kind of deal. You know what I'm saying? Um, or something like that. And with options being riskier, that's kind of what I've heard, and that's another reason why I've steered away from it primarily. Because with forex, it's still risky, but you can control the amount you risk. You can risk, $20 to make 100, or you can risk 200 to make 1,000, or even more. Depending on, again, the leverage and the margin that you're using. But it is very lucrative. And your risk management, if you follow a good plan, you can risk 1% and make 5 or 10% on your account per trade. And you can lose like 5 trades in a row and win one good trade and make all that money back plus profit, just because of the way that it works, just because of the leverage that you can use, and because you have the ability, to set partial take profits, use a trailing stop loss, and just make it as smart and safe trading as you possibly can. So that's why I like trading forex. And binary options, same thing too. It's just a little bit more easier to get into, and it's just a little bit safer once you actually start getting the hang of it. Just due to those reasons, it's a little bit easier to read. You can make more money by risking less money, and you can just kind of control everything a lot easier. Yeah, that's the thing too. Forex is volatile, but it's not volatile like that. Same thing with crypto. Crypto indices, um, commodities, trading, anything like that, those things move super fast, and I just don't like doing them. A lot of people in the team, they trade that, but me personally, I just don't like trading that too much. Um, Forex, it still moves a few hundred pips per day, but like I said, I'm only scalping, so I'm not aiming, for 200-300 points. I'm only aiming, for 20, 30 at a time. Closing my position, setting new ones, and just moving forward from there. So it is still volatile, but it's definitely not as volatile, as stocks, or crypto or indices, like I was saying. Um, but so yeah, man, I love trading forex, dude. I think it's a great market. I think it's very easy to get into. I think it's not easy, but it's very learnable, right? It's very teachable. People can get into it and start learning relatively fast, as long as they're willing to put the time in to learn it and practice, on a demo account first, and then when they're ready, start trading with real money and just grow your account over time and just compound it. It's definitely not like everybody thinks trading is, a get rich quick thing, and it's definitely not that. More so we teach, just the power of compound interest, how that works, how you can use it with a trading account to replace a standard bank account. And instead of getting, 1% a year, we help everybody aim to get, 5 to 8% per day, from trading, and whether it's binary options or forex trading. So that's the system on how we operate and how we teach the students and stuff. Um, a lot of them have more success trading stock options though, and I do want to get into it also. It's just like I said, I just haven't taken the time to do that yet. Um, but yeah, no. So I think we're just gonna have to let this one play out, let it wait a little bit. Um, And then I guess we might end now on there, bro. But if you're down to hop on a call sometime this week, man, we can. Just to kind of catch up, see how the trade turns out. I'm gonna go in for buys. Let me move my camera. I'm gonna go in for buys, like we said, if we close above on a higher time frame, and we get that retest, I'll go in for buys. And if not, I'll wait for that. I'm already in for the sell, so I'll just kind of wait to see how that plays out, and then ride it back down from there. But Forex opens Sunday at 4. For you would be 4 p.m. On Sunday the market opens and it closes Friday at 5 p.m. And it's a 24-hour market, so Monday or Sunday pretty much through Friday it's open. The only day it's closed is Saturday. But the market's open 24/7 though, or 24/6. Yeah, so I guess I'll say that again for a clip. Yeah, so the forex market is open. It opens Sunday at around 4 to 5 p.m. depending on your time, and it closes on Friday at 4 to 5 p.m. depending on your time. Right? So besides that though, the market is a 24/7 market or 24/6 market, and you can take your trades, at 11 p.m. Eastern, or freaking 8 a.m. Central. Whatever time you want to take your trade, you have the ability to do that. Instead of, same crypto, you can do that too, but it's a little bit harder. And with stocks, I'm pretty sure you can only trade that 9 to 5. I'm not too sure, but Monday through Friday. But forex trading, you can do that virtually 24/7, but it's actually 24/6. Um, but yeah, so markets open Sunday through Friday. But yeah, I gotta be a little bit careful with this one. I might have to reconsider. But time this candle closes in 10 minutes, so I'll kind of watch out for that. If it closes, then buys seem a little more valid. To be real, I like how there's divergence on the 15-minute though, but it looks like it might need to do its thing a little bit. Let me see this too. I'll use this as my last little confirmation. Let's see here. Indicators. This one's pretty dope too. It helps you see key levels and stuff. Yeah, so we've been getting break of structures. That says that's a weak high, which isn't good. That says that's a weak high. Change the character. That was a strong low over here. Break a structure again. Yeah, so I think we might need to reconsider that one. I'll hold it a little bit longer. I'll hold it for like another hour. See how that plays out, and then we'll move forward from there. And then I think it might, if like I said, if buying pressure shows, then we'll go ahead and get in for buys. But I'll hold this sell for a little bit longer. It is called Smart Money Concepts. My bad, bro. I'm editing this trade really quick on my phone. It's called Smart Money Concepts by Lux Algo. It's actually pretty dope. And then when you mark up your own support and resistance or your own, areas and stuff like that, and it lines up, then that kind of just shows, that you're reading it the right way. Yeah, so it's still saying that's a weak high. I don't know, man. I want to say it sells, but it seems like it might be ready to break this finally. Been retesting it a few times. Or that could be a triple top on the daily. But I wouldn't say so. I would say that's, more than likely going to break. Nah, it's a free one, bro. It's a free one. Everything I use, I try to make sure it's completely free. My bad. My bad. I just finished on my phone. My bad. But yeah, no, the indicator is completely free, bro. It's just you just type it in on indicators, smart money concepts, and then it's the one that has like 25,000 or something like that. Let me see. 24,000. Uh, yeah, this one right here. Smart Money Concepts by Lux Algo. 24,615. I'm working on using ChatGPT to help me make a Pine script so I can make my own like cash indicator. I think that'd be pretty dope. But yeah. But so yeah, nah, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream here. I gotta go pick something up. And I still gotta make dinner too. But I was glad to have you on here, bro. I'm gonna still be releasing more stuff on Instagram and everything too. So make sure to tune into that, dude. And then whenever you're ready, bro, let's hop on a call and we can see what we can do moving forward, man. But I appreciate you. Have a good night as well, and I'll see you on the next one. The next one is gonna be Friday night, so I'll see you on Friday night, bro. Peace.